r/ProRevenge.
I hacked cheaters in a game I loved and sold their stuff. In March of 2009, a German game studio by the name of EA Phenomic released their beautiful game named Battleforge, and in May of that same year it went free to play. I fell in love with it almost instantly. It's a real-time strategy trading card game, yes, you read that correctly, and the graphics, the game design, the creativity possible while deck building, the split decision within the PvP gamma mode, everything was just on point in this game. Over the first months I quickly improved my skill and kept growing in this regard, playing mostly 2v2 PvP and 1v1 PvP with a little on the side. The game was basically split between PvP and PvP, with the only exception being that you could use the same cards/monsters in both game modes, and the upgrades you farmed for your cards would also be the same in both modes. However, strategies differed wildly. Suffice to say that at the tender age of 17 I had a lot of spare time on my hands, so a lot of time and effort went into honing my skills within this game. But then, as the game grew in popularity, the cheats came. Cheats enabled you to solo an expert 4-player map within 10 seconds, which usually took 4 professional players. Noobs had no chance of beating an expert map, around 30 to 60 plus minutes. The rewards were of course adequate. As a PvP player I was not completely outraged by this, as the cheats would only work on maps, but of course it was ugly to see something like that happen to the game I loved. What made it worse is that EA Games was already greedy back then, and they had cut down the Battleforge team so much that they apparently couldn't handle the cheating crisis, and so cheaters ran rampant for a very long time. During this time Upgrade Stage 3 was introduced into the game. You see, up until now you could put 2 upgraded versions onto the cards you owned. You either had to play a lot of PvP matches to earn tokens with which you could acquire the upgrades, or you could play the map from which the upgrade dropped and hope that it drops. And also hope that you got the upgrade, because there were 4 drops for up to 12 players. Suffice to say, it was quite the struggle to get all your cards fully upgraded, especially if you were playing PvP, because upgrades were absolutely essential there, as every inch of advantage mattered a lot in this really fast-paced game. And Upgrade 3 made this fact even more significant, because a lot of the time the U3 on a certain card would be a rather big upgrade compared to U1 and U2. You might have figured it out already, but what the above paragraph means is that now cheaters got an unfair advantage even in PvP. My turf. This was too much for me, and I set my sight on exterminating cheaters. I had already dabbled a little in hacking back then with no major success at all, however this time I had a drive to commit myself more. And I did. Over the following months, EA staff still hadn't done anything to cheaters. I frequented forums, dug through thousands and thousands of lines of code, and after a lot of failure and sweat I finally emerged with a completely undetected keylogger. For those who don't know what that is, a keylogger is a program that you run on your victim's machine that registrates every button they press on their keyboard. My keylogger was even programmed in a way that it gave the title of the window the user was on, to make it more coherent for me to decipher later. An example line of what my keylogger would send to me later on would look something like this. Mozilla Firefox, submit to ProRevenge. / I hacked cheaters in a game I loved. / just as an example. I now have the keylogger. But how was I to get cheaters to download and click on it? After all, I was not a professional hacker who finds a weakness in your system and hacks you without needing any interaction on your part. I was in essence someone who managed to adapt a lot of different code fragments into a working code that did what I needed it to do. Creativity hit, and after I came up with the idea it seemed as much obvious as genius. I disguised the keylogger as a Battleforge cheating tool. So I programmed an interface for the supposed cheating tool, spliced together a video showing off that it does in fact work, and uploaded that to YouTube. If it's still possible, but back then it was semi-easy to view about a video, and so I did in order to be shown above other cheating tools, or hacks. Fun fact. The account name really stupid, something along the lines of Battleforge hack team if I remember correctly. Anyway. It worked. It started off slowly with one account here and there, but after some time I successfully hacked one or multiple wannabe cheaters every single day. It was not possible to outright delete an account with the login information, however it was possible to send all their cards, all their gold, and all the Battleforge points, in-game currency you had to buy with real money, To my account, view a dummy account in the middle. Since EA was already hard-pressed dealing with cheats actively ruining the game, they seemingly did not have the manpower to catch hackers, because I did that for some months and never got caught. Overall, I stole in-game currency and cards worth around €1,200. It was a small community, not comparable to stuff like WoW or LoL or what have you, otherwise I'd be rich by now, and I think it's fair to assume that this broke the will of would-be cheaters to continue playing my beloved Battleforge. I had to post under a throwaway because my main Reddit and Battleforge share the same name. After EA, those suckers, shut the game down in 2013, it got revived as a fan project and is now playable completely and for free at https://www.skylords.eu https://www.skylords.eu. In case advertising isn't allowed, let me know and I'll remove it. Didn't say anything about that in rules and just wanted to use the opportunity to introduce this underappreciated game to some people. I hope you enjoyed my little revenge/vigilante story, my revenge-hungry friends. Have a great day, smile. Edit. People apparently can't wrap their head around that hacking exists. Anyway, I decided to upload proof. I sold some of those Battleforge points on eBay back then. Edit 2. Deleted screenshots again, as it didn't convince doubters anyway, and as you/Melio Morto rightfully pointed out, I forgot to blank out transaction IDs, which probably wasn't all too wise.
A response to the post.
These replies are hilarious. T is IS and HAC keying, yeah, if what you go by are movies. This is straight up socialing and phishing, same thing. The funniest are the people saying keyloggers don't exist, when I used them back in the day. Like it's that far-fetched that a logging program can report back by itself, Lamau.
A response to this comment.
I love the amount of gatekeeping that is done for a group of people that these people don't belong to. Like, these days this is probably closer to hacking than what these gatekeepers have in their heads.
A response to the post.
Man, I'm scared to open these links up send cause hey, he know how to hack.
A response to the post.
Are you playing the Skylords edition? I loved the game back then and was so sad when it was shut down.
Oh, peace response to this comment.
Yes, I do, hence why I had to create a throwaway, as my main Reddit and Skylords share the same name. Kinda cool that they're working on new promos, smile.